This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9, English news as it should be.
Thanks very much for tuning in to Unmissable. I'm Nabila Jamal. You're watching News9. I take you through news from India and across the globe in this hour. I start with our top story on, in fact, something that's bothering us, not just in Bihar, but the rest of the country. If this is a situation in Bihar, imagine 70% of women, their breast milk that they're feeding to infants have been detected with uranium, and the reason being contaminated groundwater. Bihar especially, that's done a survey of 40 women, all 40 have detected uranium in their breast milk. Now, what are the long-term complications of breast milk that's contaminated with uranium? Our experts on our panel will tell you a little more. And a little more on Deep Dive today, we will take you through Karnataka's power tussle. Chief Minister change, is it likely? D.K. Shivakumar seems like he has the edge here with some MLAs showing support to him and urging the High Command to make D.K. Shivakumar the Chief Minister for the rest of the 2.5 years that remain for the Congress in Karnataka. And our top story on Day Tonight, Dharmendra, the yesteryear star and a superstar, if we could say, someone we all loved, has passed away. We'll take you all of that and more. Headlines first. Bollywood's beloved He-Man, Dharmendra, passes away at 89 after prolonged illness. Industry legends, family pay tribute, last respects as the cinema mourns end of 6-decade cinematic icon, Dharmendra. HAL says Tejas crash, an isolated incident caused by rare circumstances, asserts no impact on future deliveries, vows full cooperation with the ongoing probe. Patiala House Court remands 5 accused to 2 days judicial custody in the Delhi pollution protest case. One accused claiming to be a minor sent to safe house. Police asked to file copy of the videos. In Uttarakhand, 5 have died, several injured after a bus falls into a deep gorge in Uttarakhand's Tehri Grawal. Rescue operations underway. The ones who are injured have been sent to AIIMS Rishikesh. Uttarakhand Chief Minister condoles the death of those who died in this tragic bus accident. Siddaramaiah says that he will stay the Chief Minister if the High Command wants him to. This is amid all that power tussle that's happening in Karnataka. As the Chief Minister, he says, I'm willing to do as the High Command says. But seems like now pressure building up on the High Command to change CM D.K. and camp, really upping up that pressure on the Congress leadership. Fresh audio and chats pile pressure on Congress MLA Rahul Mamkuttattil in Kerala in a sexual misconduct case. New audio leak alleges coercion to conceive and abort, reigniting political legal heat ahead of local body polls and also looking at assembly elections in Kerala that's due to come in a couple of months. Afghanistan pushes to revive stalled economic ties with India. Afghanistan minister says trip aims to reset and reactivate historic relations with India. He announces 5 years of tax exemption for Indian firms investing in new sectors. In fact, Afghanistan says we are willing to give free land to Indians who want to set up business in Afghanistan, like in sectors of gold mining. All right, let me take you through all our top stories here and something that's really bothered us, that we ensured we open our show with this story. Lactating mothers in Bihar, all 40 of them who were tested have been found to have uranium in their breast milk. We've always told you that groundwater is contaminated. Now it seems like there's proof, and proof of how deep and dangerous this runs. Right into the bodies of new mothers and babies, uranium is being pumped in thanks to groundwater that's contaminated. This is specific to Bihar, the study that's been done, but it could very well be across the country. Only if a test is done, we'd know. But at least this scientific study, a test that was done on 40 lactating mothers, detected uranium in their breast milk of these nursing women across 6 districts of Bihar, where the study was done. That includes Nalanda, Bhojpur, Begusarai, Samastipur, Khagaria and Katihar. Researchers have examined breast milk samples of 40 lactating mothers who are aged between 17 and 35, and literally all of them have tested positive of uranium. The study, published in Scientific Reports, is the first of its kind and reveals uranium concentration reaching up to 5.2 micrograms per liter. Quite a high contamination there if you really look at it closely. And that almost suggests that 70% of Bihar's mothers, lactating mothers, could very well be at risk of in almost feeding uranium unintentionally to their babies, their infants. Now, breastfed infants are at no complications at this point. What we know is the doctors say that infants must be fed breast milk. There's no escape from there. And the long-term complications of uranium in breast milk is also yet to be studied. But at this point, this is a harsh reminder to the administration and the government to wake up. How has such levels of uranium contaminated our groundwater? Bihar literally practically lives on groundwater. They use it for drinking, for cooking, daily needs. Experts say that long-term exposure to uranium, and already we know arsenic, lead. There were reports that suggested that these are the kind of heavy metals that are already existing in our groundwater. Now we have proof to it. But exposure to long-term exposure to something like this could eventually lead to kidney function failure, immunity imbalance, and even brain development issues among infants. But one thing is clear, doctors say continue breastfeeding. Like I said, no escaping that breast milk is still the safest and the healthiest choice. But it's almost at this point worrisome to see the levels of uranium in groundwater that's led to this. Now, the real impact, only time will tell. But this is a warning to the administration to wake up. How has uranium seeped into our groundwater to this level? Why did it take a small study to detect this? But the government itself and their monitoring machinery seems to have failed with this regard. This is now clearly a health emergency. It demands immediate testing. Clean water, of course, is our basic right. Bihar's youngest citizens now bearing the brunt. Infants in Bihar paying the price of contaminated water. I have with me Dr. Ashok Sharma, who's additional professor, Department of Biochemistry, AIIMS, and co-author of the study on this. Also, we have Dr. L.B. Singh, Medical Superintendent, Mahavir Cancer Sansthan and Research Center, Patna. Thanks both of you for joining us. Let me start with Dr. Ashok. Your takes, a straight question here is on the health impacts. We know now there is contaminated groundwater. Arsenic and lead was already suspected to be contaminating our groundwater. Now you have high levels of uranium as well. These kind of heavy metals entering our bodies, especially infants. What is the long-term impact, if you can clarify?
Hello, Nabila. Good evening to you. Thank you for inviting me. First of all, I want to say that there should not be panic. Breastfeeding should be go as usual, because this is an ongoing study done by Mahavir Cancer Sansthan. Dr. Arun Kumar and Dr. Ghosh and Dr. L.B. Singh is here with representing Mahavir Cancer Sansthan. This is a joint study done by the multiple institute and multiple researcher. This is ongoing research experiments through which we found that they are the contamination of the uranium in the groundwater as well as the breast milk. So we, as already told, 40 participants we enrolled in this study, and all the participants are positive. And the concentration of the uranium highest we got in the Katihar, 5.25 microgram per liter. If we look out the WHO limit, which is 30 microgram per liter in the drinking water, but the limits for the milk is not a benchmark. We need to study continue. But yes, there are some uranium in the milk. So there may be long-term consequences. This time, this study was not conducted. We just detected the uranium in the breast milk. And
what I would ask is, why would you say don't panic? Dr. L.B. Singh, you are and your organization is responsible for carrying out this survey, and you suspect it's contaminated groundwater through which it's coming from. 40 women, all 40 have tested. So that means your survey shows 100% of the women that you have surveyed all showing signs of uranium in their breast milk.
Thank you very much, News9. Thank you very much. I think Mahavir Cancer Sansthan Research Institute is the largest cancer hospital in Eastern India. We have been engaged in different research programs, and first of all, in this group, arsenic in the water, that was our research paper, and so a lot of arsenics were found in the Gangetic belt, which is the one of the most important cause of gallbladder cancer. In that context, we have been finding different areas of research. Like this, as Dr. Sharma told, as Ashok Sharma told, that groundwater, uranium in groundwater is rampant in India. In about 151 districts covering 17 states, uranium has been found in groundwater. So it is a matter of concern. So in that context, in that light, some districts were selected among those 151 districts where this trial can be conducted, where there has been effect of uranium to any part of the body or not. In that context, this ICMR, Dr. Ashok Sharma and our doctors, they joined together and selected this pilot project for studying breast milk, because breast milk is the most safest nutrition food for the new net baby. So that was the main concern. So whether to find out is there any impact of breast milk on children. So in this background, research was conducted, and as already you are aware that 100% means 40 breast lactating mothers, they were trialed, and all of them had uranium. Definitely, of course, it was a matter of great satisfaction that uranium level was a bit very low, and the children whom blood were tested, uranium was also positive in the 70% of babies. So it is somewhere that from where it is coming and how it is going to affect, that is a net or chain work.
Can I, for the moment, sir, L.B. Singh, sir, doctor, you say that the satisfactory part here is, as per your study, the levels of uranium isn't too high. One.
Yes.
Two, what's alarming though is that you've tested the blood samples of these infants as well, and even the blood samples are showing uranium.
Yes, blood samples are showing uranium, say in 70% children, 7 babies.
Isn't that scary? You're saying it's not dangerous amounts, but
no, it is a warning that we should be alert. That more things, more research, more work could be done in this direction. It is a concentrated effect of many agencies, like water contamination, and so many agencies have to come forward and to go ahead with the projects. It is not a work of either Mahavir Cancer Sansthan. It should be at the national level.
No, you have really exposed something that our government machineries have failed to tell us. They have clearly, their monitoring mechanisms have failed. Your survey has exposed them. Whether you want to say it or not, I will say it. It's sad.
I don't agree that, just a minute. I don't agree that government machinery has failed. It is a duty of scientists. Now things have come up. Now we will make government aware that these are the impending problems.
Sir, I do not want to be arguing with you on whose duty is what here. It's the government's responsibility to ensure clean groundwater. If that is coming, if we are drinking that if we are drinking groundwater, keeping our faith on the government, ensuring that we are paying taxes also for a reason, that our drinking water is coming to us and it's safe for us to consume. Isn't it not a responsibility for our government agencies to ensure that our groundwater is clean? So then please do not justify it here. do not justify it here, which is why I said I'm not going to get into that debate with you. You're a doctor. You have done great work. You have exposed this failure, and I will say it. You may not want to say it, but I just want to ask you, what are the long-term complications that infants will have? What does uranium in the blood and the breast milk of lactating mothers mean for infants' kidneys, for brain development, for immunity? What does it mean?
No, there are two aspects. One is cancerous effect, another is non-cancerous effect. So non-cancerous effect, that will cause kidney damage, that will affect the development of brain, that will affect the normal skeleton, mean growth will be retarded. So many things are there. Kidney failure is a very important problem. And other is carcinogenic. In carcinogenic, later on, if it remains for persistent high for many years or something like that, so there is danger of cancer also. So we cannot rule out that there are a lot of possibilities for mental disorder to cancer. So this is a wide area that this uranium can cause damage to our babies.
But what is considered safe amounts to newborns? When you say it's satisfactory that the amounts are not alarmingly high, Dr. Ashok, what is the safe amount? Is there a safe amount of heavy metal?
Yes. Nabila, I've raised a 2 point here. One thing that government did not fail. This project which we have done, funded by the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, by Government of India. Then that is our job, and government want to time to check such kind of research. So data come from this kind of study which help to make a better policy.
Okay. So you're saying that your study has been backed by the government?
Yes. Indian Council of Medical Research. This is not only me. There are a lot of scientists throughout the country. They are working day night, and all this fund provided by the Government of India. And their due process, we submitted a project, our idea, and committee review it, and accordingly they fund it. So the government found that this project is required to generate data. That kind of data help to make a future policy. So like Jal Shakti Mission, and to provide the safe drinking water. So that kind of policy made by the government. Now second question is what is safe limit? Because our question in this project, whether mother milk or water is contaminated or uranium or not, we found that yes, 40% we have taken a pilot study, and we found mother milk is contaminated. So this is the further question for the research. How much is the safe limit? Whether we go continue, or we need for that, as Dr. L.B. Singh suggested, we need to a big epidemiological study, a long study in which we look out how much uranium in there, how much is toxic, and what is the impact, future impact on the newborn baby. So this is an ongoing study we require. So government is very sensitive, and they are taking the decision accordingly.
Okay, well, that's good to know. That's making me feel slightly better now. That's good to know, at least now that the government is aware. We're looking forward for implementation to some effort to ensure cleaner water. But tell us a little more, L.B. Singh, doctor, on mothers. Do they need to change anything now? Do they need to change anything about breastfeeding at all? About anything about their diet?
Number one, breastfeeding still remains the source of feeding to the infant. That should continue. Only precaution that mothers should take at the moment, they should try to drink safe water. Means they should avoid any polluted water. Like you may remember that in villages also, now these days, lot of steps have been taken that to supply safe drinking water. Not it is 100%, but efforts are being made. So though that women can ensure that they should not take any contaminated water, pure water, they should try to take pure water. And regarding food also, food stuffs also, they should be careful that they should take cleaner vegetables whatsoever, because
your ground vegetables, whatever your vegetables are also contaminated today. So how clean can you go? Even at home, I try as much as possible to eat clean food. How do I know if my vegetables itself are contaminated?
Most of the food stuffs are having uranium levels.
So now give me, sir, I want solutions. Now you can say verbally that you have to be safe, but how to be safe?
I want to add, Dr. I.B. Singh, one thing, this kind of study increase the awareness in the public as well as in the farmers. You know, our rainwater, we need to harvest the rainwater. We need to go back to the village, like there are a lot of ponds and other things. Now there are no such kind of ponds in the village. We need to revive it. So rainwater we harvest it so that ground level water increase. So we stop the deep boring where there are more contaminated water are available. People are doing the deep boring like 200 feet and something. So they are these kind of metals, uranium, cadmium, other heavy metals are generally present in the earth crust. So, but we need to harvest the rainwater, and government doing all kind of such kind of responsibility to provide the safe drinking water so that people are more aware, farmers are more aware. We use the fresh and less contaminated water to grow up our cultivations, so that in that way we protect the uranium, other heavy metals to come in the food chain. So that kind of study, scientific study, you do not need to panic. We need to more aware, and that will help to make a better policy in the future.
All right. You know, a final word, if I can ask either one of you on the anything for them to consume as a suggestion that you would give. I know you're saying eat clean food, but anything else that could sort of act as a countermeasure to heavy metals in the body?
Yeah, one thing, do not panic. Mothers continue feed their babies, and if any complications they feel and see in the baby, they immediately contact with the nearby healthcare center or doctors, and accordingly, as per their suggestions, they take the decisions. And I request Dr. L.B. Singh, please add more.
Oh, I think pesticide, those foodstuffs where pesticides are used, they are aware, they should avoid. That is a very important area. Pesticides are also very important cause of uranium and other things. And as I told earlier, that there should not be panicky. Awareness program is very important. People should be aware, and government should do all efforts with concentrated effect of scientists and other agencies, so that we can come out of this crisis, which is impending threat to our babies.
You know, how long before which these effects show up? Any signs to watch out for?
Yeah, this is a phase 2 study of our study, in which we involve more patients, low cohort, and we take those patients, children, which are ingesting the contaminated milk, and we take all the clinical parameters, and accordingly we will conclude what is the impact of that on safe limit, because this is too early to say about that.
Yes.
All right.
Actually, we have collected waters from those areas, from those houses where these ladies were using. So we are going to test those water collected. It is not confirmed yet. That is under process. So we will go ahead whether they consumed this contaminated water or not.
Do you suggest this survey be done across India?
Yes, it should be. It must be.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for such a a great study you all have done. You all have really achieved some information here, which so long we've turned a blind eye to. So if the government has supported you with this survey, kudos to you as a team for enabling this.
Yes.
Now with this information, it all depends on us, our government, to see how we ensure a safer environment for our infants. Thanks very much, doctors, for joining us on that. All right, we slip into a short break. We'll be right back on the other side. Karnataka's power tussle. There's a lot that's happening. Will there be a chief ministerial change? D.K. Shivakumar seems to be having the edge, with some MLAs now backing him, a sizable number. I'm taking you through those details on the other side. Stay with us.
खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
क्वालिटी पे इतना कॉन्फिडेंस, इसलिए बिरला ओपस एश्योरेंस। 1 साल में पेंट को कुछ भी हुआ तो पेंटिंग वापस करके देंगे। रजिस्टर करो birlaopus.com पर।
कुछ भी खा नहीं पा रहा हूँ, बहुत अपसेट हूँ।
Take a date, not bites.
नो एडेड शुगर, प्रिजर्वेटिव के बिना। डेट्स, बादाम, पिस्ता, काजू और शहद से तैयार किया गया लायन डेट्स नट बाइट्स।
Lion date, not bites.
That goat is long dead. But Cyrus Bhai are still alive. Game show. This is God's office calling. You're not a VIP, so God won't speak directly. But here's the deal. You have been granted a second chance with a brand new news show.
Thank you very much. Just one thing. You said 2 lives, 2 more lives. So I'll first be a newsman who wins awards, and second I'll be
Cockroach.
better make this show last. No hurry to, be a cockroach. Let's stay here for a little while. Don't want to be a cockroach. Apparently, they have lots of issues, like being stamped upon. This is the same thing as a newsman. I mean, they're not that different.
Light, camera, and action. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite snack because News9 is here with your weekend dose of entertainment. It's time to take a deeper dive into the buzzworthy happenings of the entertainment world. From celebrity gossips to exclusive conversations, from nostalgic moments to News9's pick of the week. Don't worry, we've got you covered here. And I hope you've grabbed your popcorn by now because News9's page 3 is here to serve you everything that we call entertainment. So do stay tuned every Saturday and Sunday, 2:30 p.m.